Welcome back to the championship bracket coverage here at UMG South Carolina. Well, these players are playing for $70,000 in the championship bracket. The open bracket, though, still going on with a $30,000 purse as well. Courage, joined by Golden Boy here on the casting desk. So far, it's been a pleasure to have you. Now we're going to check your knowledge on Capture the Flag, a game mode that you obviously used to cast in Black Ops 2.
One of the most hype moments in the history of Call of Duty happened to be a Capture the Flag, game type. So, just a little thing. Just a little thing that I know.
It's still kind of transferred over to Black Ops 3.
I watch Nick Merckx's S&D gameplay all the time on his stream. Got to drop the, Merckx fam, love there.
I'm seeing it in the crowd as well. A lot of fans of Nick Merckx here.
Yeah,
but
he always seems to struggle on strongholds,
We'll see if these guys can perform a little bit better here, as already off the start, it's Kinetic Armor and Heatwave.
Heatwave goes
by FaZe, so obviously they have a game plan here heading into the CTF. We'll see how it winds up impacting them. Now active camo off the board. Oh, God,
wow, this is leaving really just
I mean, I'm guessing we'll see Overdrive as well, and right now it hasn't been picked as of yet, but wouldn't surprise me to see that finish out.
Do you think they're trying? Who banned active camo there? That was CLG.
Yeah.
So
it's a joint effort.
So who's trying to bait who to ban that overdrive? Because I would imagine that would go.
This is something we've seen actually a lot, where teams will want the other team to ban something first. So right now, look at how long they're taking. They're like, come on, you make the first move. No, you make the first move. You make the first move. There goes the overdrive from Felony. So now I'm guessing Rapid Fire would be the last pick from Zuma. That would be the most logical option. There it goes. So
there you go.
Nicely done through the Banner Protect phase. 4 specialist abilities will definitely have an effect on this specialist draft, as they have been banned out. Now, we have seen Clayster try to use Glitch in CTF before. I actually casted it this past week. Did he get much done with it? To be quite frank, no. But we'll see if he elects to use that one here on Stronghold.
I like the Vision Pulse pickup.
By Enable.
Smart.
Big favorite in the likes of Crimsix. He loves using Vision Pulse in CTF.
Dude, it's always good to have more knowledge, man.
Exactly. It's free awareness of where the opponents are.
Psychosis, great for capping flags. Yep. So expect Perplex to be very objective focused as well as attached. And even just survivability as well, right? Sure. I mean, that's just what that Psychosis allows you. Annihilator for methods. We saw him at the end of that game start to heat up with the Annihilator. Didn't really make much splash with it in that uplink matchup, but the Annihilator for Clayster as well. So what goes for the last one? Scythe and Vision Pulse. So across the board, exactly the same.
So a lot of times from what we've seen, and this kind of goes back to Black Ops 2, I'm sure you can even touch on, is teams on a map like this, they might start off with like a 3 AR setup with 1 sub, but then if they recognize, hey, we need to get a little bit more aggressive, they swap over to maybe a 2-2 setup. We've even been seeing the likes of when, it's getting down to the wire, a team is down, they swap over to 3, even 4 submachine guns on a map like Breach maybe. Thoughts on kind of changing up the roles mid-game? When do you think is the right time to make that decision as a team? When do you think they should try to stick with their setup if it's kind of even?
Well, I mean, for the most part, right, you just have to identify, when is it that you have that kind of advantage where push because we can't die mentality, right?
Yep.
I don't think either team is going to have this. And I think we're probably going to see a lot of players, maybe for the beginning portion of the game, roll with a more AR-focused setup. Okay. Obviously, you're going to see that battle take place, I believe, on statue side, which is probably going to be more focused on at the start of this one, as per the usual. Probably some action, top glass, but for the most part, the action is going to be in that left portion of the map, depending on, or the statue side of the map, right? Now, after that point, that's pretty much when the floodgates open.
Exactly.
Right? That's when the floodgates open. That's when you're like, okay, at this point, we know how they're playing. We need to be able to bust out those SMGs and get a little bit more aggressive. And honestly, it's all side dependent as well.
Okay.
So it's going to be very interesting. I do feel like if there was a team to kind of mix it up midway through, it would be CLG before FaZe. If one thing I noticed, especially in that hardpoint matchup, FaZe were pretty content with running those ARs the entire time. And I think that's actually going to play in their favor in a map like Stronghold.
For sure.
I think it's just it just allows itself to be that kind of map, right? There are a lot of corners. There are a lot of annoying spots. That's where CLG is really going to shine, right? In those tight spaces.
Near mansion side.
Mansion side, exactly. So, again, man, this is going to be 2 styles facing off against one another that well, they're going to be very interesting to see how this one plays out.
Definitely. Now, one more question about CTF. What makes you love this game mode so much? I mean, obviously,
it's CTF, man. It's legendary. It's so good. It's classic, right? Yeah. I mean, I've been playing CTF since Call of Duty 2, right? On 2 Jane,
You're
right?
Aging yourself a lot today.
Dude, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I mean, listen, so long as I don't look like Maven up here, I'm good. You know,
a lot of thumbs up from the crowd. There.
Yeah, right.
They all
there
recognize
you go.
that one.
You know, of course, we all can't look like a Backstreet Boy, so I'm never going to be able to catch up to Matt.
That's it, Mr. X.
You know, he does indeed want it that way. But I would think that on each side, though, I think on each side, both teams, it's going to be about this opening, and this is going to be the most entertaining part of it. This is what CTF is all about.
So it's a 3-1 setup on either team, favoring the ARs. Definitely expected on a map like this, as many of the first gunfights happen in precise pushes. There's the one sub, though, from FaZe, already getting across middle map. BL Fire playing that stationary base defense. Doubt you're going to see much further movement from him on this map, especially in this game mode.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I actually thought that we were going to see a little bit more of a battle at the statue side because we were seeing that a lot in the open bracket. But, you know, of course, these top players, they definitely, you know, identify things to be. It is also about that middle portion as well, right? I mean, you know, that is always the spot that's going to see the most action. And the ARs are going to be king here. And this is where Stronghold, you know, I think even gets its name because it's very tough to break into. And just like that, right, those darn corners. Stronghold has so many of them.
Yes.
It's so hard to just – you have to peek everything. It's so tough to play.
Attach gets one. There was almost a two-piece there on Perplex as those CLG players wound up body stacking. Now the 7.5-second respawn delay gives an opportunity to push up. But now look at the minimap, and this is what it is all about, and capture the flag. Attach pushes up by himself. Yes, it's great. You got those kills, but your team are still at your base trying to clear it out. Now, though, both teams fully spawning back up, and it's a push opportunity for CLG as they get control of top mansion.
That was great for CLG as well, right, to have that one player hanging out right by that truck and pretty much just ensured that they were going to get that spawn there, right? Although there was a player actually back mansion. So let's see here. CLG has a lot of control inside of mansion, with Attach pretty much just being the one that's moving around there.
This could be a big difference maker right here. If FaZe can hold off their base and
they're expecting them to come from the right.
Can wind up making a play here. This could be a scoring opportunity for the likes of FaZe. They've got two players to hold off. There's one. Top Psychosis is going to get a second kill. That's now two players down on CLG. They know where the final two are as well. Attach needs to win one huge gun engagement in your top lab. That player will dip out towards bottom snow cuts, and
they're going right back to the flag.
One player from CLG in a position to get this stop. They're also rotating back from bunker. Attach has some lead blockers as well. First kill going in favor of CLG. They're going to pull this flag, and it looks like there's an opportunity for a stalemate here. If Attach can't go huge for his squad, he's got one person to look out for. Also enable locking down.
He's surrounded. He's surrounded right now. This is not good. But that one player, though, actually looking to make some kills up top. That's huge. Big stop there for CLG. Clayster's able to kill Felony. And that was a big play there for CLG because that looked like it was going to go south real quick on each side. And now that they have that flag, Perplex has to get out of dodge, which that's exactly what he does there. And now rotating over to that left portion of the map, right? You're going to see those spawns begin to come at the far side. Felony needs to be the one to make those stops at the cutoffs, but he cannot. This is going to be a bad situation for him.
He winds up getting up towards that top wall run area into kitchen. He's got one more player to beat, and this looks like it should be a CLG cap in the first 3 minutes of the game. They take the lead, and now Perplex just 100 points away from the lighting, and he does get it as well. Wow. Just 25 away from one more streak to be fully streaked out. What a performance from him, a reason why. Obviously, the CLG squad wound up picking him up. Now, something to point out, Golden Boy, is we did praise him for that play as things wind down for a second, but Perplexed actually made the smartest decision so far this game. He saw Clayster rotating back the top satellite when he went to push for Attach with the flag. Instead of shooting him and giving away his position, he snuck up on him, walked right past Clayster, let him go away, didn't even know he was there, got the kill on Attached and got the return. Love seeing that decision from him as it wound up paying off. CLG up 1-0 over FaZe.
Yep, and seems like we have, let's see, some of the players looking around here, seeing who they can find. As, of course, the action is beginning to heat up around that flag there, that back flag, BL Fire. Now he's actually going to poke back there, and he really can't do all that much. He's going to get picked off right away.
And this goes back to kind of the setup. You've got Zuma more than comfortable to run the AR alongside his team. That leaves Attach.
Who's that one player hanging out at the back of the base there? That's Methods.
Yep, he's on the outskirts, and it looks like they're kind of sipping something
Surprised
out, right?
he didn't see that player there.
They've got the counting. They know there's got to be someone in one of these sneaky little spots, and Attach says, oh, come on.
It's also about where you spawn, too, right? Like, you have to know where you spawn. That's the big thing. It's kind of like not rocket science, but, you know, if you're getting picked off on the left side and, you know, you end up spawning on the right, chances are they're on the left. You know what I mean? So it's like you want to be able to look around for those kinds of things. That's just Respawn 101 right there, and they were able to sniff that one out right away. But this one, man, Stronghold definitely has been a slow game type here with really CLG the only ones.
See, now, Sorry.
I don't know. Honestly, I agree with you. I don't think you should have popped that Vision
Yeah.
Pulse there. Save that one for the next round.
You got no look. If you look at the logistics of it, right? Like I get when he's trying to make a play before the half, but pops that Vision Pulse. He's got no one on even remotely his
Hey,
side
you had
of the map.
16 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah,
What play were you going to make?
I mean, I don't think there's anybody.
I mean, what's the average
overdrive's not
time
even
that
in
you
this
can
game,
run
so.
across the map in this one, right? I mean, typically it's been 15 seconds, maybe a little less,
And you
or
gotta
maybe a
remember,
little more.
the
Excuse
boost
me.
slide patched out now.
That's true,
So
exactly.
that was something that really helped you kind of get that speed going. You have Afterburner as well. You chain the movement together. Instead, though, enable pops Vision Pulse. He'll learn it again. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not, it's not the
he'll
end of the world,
100% he's going to get it again.
it's those
Right?
slight examples, right, where when you look back on the start of the game, maybe off the second half, CLG get a few dead, enables one of the last live, wants to have that Vision Pulse to pop. It doesn't work out.
Yeah.
You got to expect those FaZe to come out hot. Side 2, Methods has himself that Annihilator. Perplex is still with 2 streaks. On the other side of things, though, it's FaZe with only Psychosis to use off the break of side 2.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to use that one, intelligently because, especially for that flag. And
That's big.
Yeah, that was huge because he identified who that player was before he popped the Psychosis out. It was a little bit of a waste of a score streak there, but smart nonetheless, though. Whoever was that player that ended up popping that one. Felony, though, defending right at the back, or excuse me, defending himself as he was trying to get that flag, but could not make much happen there. As FaZe will rally the troops right back into this one. They're going to get aggressive in the mid, but look at there. No one's watching that far right side for CLG or for FaZe, that far left side, right? That's where Methods is kind of like walking around. But the good thing for him, or at least for FaZe, is that Methods had to drop back from that one, right? Because they identified, hey, we are by ourselves. We need help back here. They are pushing us aggressive in this mid.
Oh my God! And there's BL Fire with the Scythe, an example right there of kind of where I think Revan, who obviously former pro player himself, would have loved to have seen the Scythe be pulled out by Zuma. A nice 2-piece from Clayster. Here's going to grab that flag. They know the opponents have to be spawning towards this kind of snow side of the map, but oh my God, that concussion just so strong, and that's an example, right, of typically FaZe bans those out for that exact reason. This game, they focus a little bit more heavily on the kinetic armor and heat wave, and that's the price they pay as Clayster not running Tac Mask pays the ultimate price. He winds up dying there, and what was an aggressive push from FaZe.
They're not running Tac Mask.
Winds up getting cut down, and and it's one of those where you got to wind up making your decisions. Clayster now switching over to the Tac Mask class that has Blast Suppressor on it as well. They're going to continue to push up this map. Perplex using the Lightning, another kill coming in favor of Felony, and CLG doing a great job of holding on to this 1-0 lead.
It's smart, too, of Clay, because, that right there tells me that Clay is now thinking more, ooh, my God, he just got clotheslined by an RC car. All right, Attach, able to come up huge with that kill there in the mid, or excuse me, on the far left side of the map. But I just want to point out, right, I think what Clay's identified is that, he's going to have to get a little bit more aggressive on the objective with his AR. That's why he busted up that Tac Mask class. Really smart of him right now, especially as they're just trying to establish some presence here. But it just seems like they're being more mindful and slowing it down, right? Like, I think Attach is just trying to get some knowledge of where the players are and just trying to use the corners to his advantage. The CLG, to me, in my short time looking at them playing, they're going to be the squad that abuses that 100%. They know where those corners are.
And I think something to point out as well is 3 dead go down for FaZe. It's going to stop any push. They know where the last one is middle map, but Attach does pick up 2. That's probably a best case scenario for FaZe there as he tries to continue the aggression here. Tosses the smoke down. He's got one person back to the map to win that gunfight burst, and oh man, he just turns and burns on Perplexed. And now this is the best opportunity FaZe have had to score so far this game. He's got a lead blocker in the middle map. He's got one half
They got
wall
the
as
stops
well.
there. They got the cutoffs.
Okay, now literally
Guaranteed cap.
They could put their controllers down, stretch for a second, and this cap will still go in.
Let's not go that far.
I mean, look, Perplexed knows there's no reason to even try to chase this one down.
It's true.
Cap goes in, FaZe tied up 1-1.
Yeah, and that's a huge cap there for FaZe, because what that tells me is that they're communicating. They know that that's a side that they are liking a lot. They want to favor that side, so CLG needs to shut that one down as soon as they can and get aggressive on the statue side. They need to not allow them to be able to establish any kind of presence there. But FaZe, you're going to see this in the minimap, right? They're trapped behind their base, and they have 2 members of CLG that are getting aggressive in front. Not much is going to come out of that one, though. Honestly, this has been panning out to be rather slow here, and CLG taking their time looking for those smart plays.
Attach, who's normally the one sprinting around the map, putting himself in possibly vulnerable spots to get some map control, knows I'm 50 away from a Lightning. I need to play my streaks right here. He's playing so cautious. He dodged the Hellstorm. Now you can see on the minimap, CLG know we have map control. We know we have all the lanes covered. FaZe have to be in their base.
Behind.
And right now, who's just pushed up? It's going to be BL Fire. He's got one person challenging Red Van. That's going to be Clayster clearing out the first player. Now Attach Tries to spot one. That's just two-piece for Clayster. There's one up top.
Oh,
Attach loses
man.
gunfight. And Perplex might not even know, but that might have been the saving grace for CLG as we potentially head into overtime as Attach won't earn those streaks.
Especially with a player as like Attach who gets aggressive, right? Wants to establish presence inside of the base and then allow his teammates to make that flag pull and pop that lightning. That would have been just devastating for them. But 38 seconds left on the clock here. CLG is going to get shut down by a couple members of FaZe, and you have one member in the back there for CLG. That's going to be Felony, who's hanging out in the back of their base. He's able to get another kill as well, but he can't follow it up because those spawns are going to be coming up right from that driveway. And Psychosis, not enough to throw him off. He knew who it was he needed to be shooting.
That's it.
But despite that, though, a tough play there, without a doubt, and we are going to overtime here.
Yep, I feel like every time I've casted Stronghold, it's gone to OT. It's just one map that, you know, you get one good scoring opportunity. What? Think of it. FaZe got maybe one good pull.
Yeah.
And that's the one that they converted. Heads-up play from Attach to run it back towards bunker side. Great communication from FaZe to pick up his cuts as they're able to tie it up 1-1 versus CLG now.
Good game.
Yeah, definitely. One thing to point out, and as these teams, right now, they're so evenly matched. I mean, outside of what was a pretty big victory for FaZe in the S&D, this series has been great. Definitely one that CLG has impressed me, but they cannot afford to go down 3-1 against the likes of FaZe, heading back into what I believe is going to be another search and destroy. So off the start, Felony, Vision Pulse. Nothing yet on BL Fire. No, I don't think he's going to wind up getting his Annihilator for a while on Methods. Psychosis ready, and Clayster. Oh, Clayster's got that Annihilator ready. We're going to see what he's able to accomplish with it. If he elects to use it right off the start, doesn't appear so. As in overtime, you got to make sure we're going to make the most of this opportunity, right? If you're going to use it, it's either offensively to potentially help your team win the game, or defensively to try to make sure your team doesn't lose the game. And the furthest pushed up on the map is Attach. He's going to call on this HC. This should give away his location a little bit, but he should give a lot of information for his team. He gets one kill and Perplexed. Pulse has to be used, but Attach gets a second as well. And this looks like an opportunity for FaZe to begin to push up on the map.
Yeah, they tagged him. They know where they're located. Attach, though, cannot get that kill, right? I mean, Felony, again, you know, 21-20 right now. Just a strong, strong showing for him. He's definitely been the key player to look for in the respawn game types, without a doubt. Unable, though.
Oh, my God.
This is it. This could be a big time, big run here for FaZe. Let's see if they're able to make it happen with the RK5, though. Will not find success there for the flag runner. Meanwhile, Felony shuts him down again. Attach, though, he's looking to be the aggressor. Can't find much out of that one as well. Meanwhile, Clayster, he's going to have to back away and play this one out slow. But look at that, just steady shot from the M8 there. Another one right in front, now, but Methods is there for the kill.
Now, it did look like, you know, Clay, that's a great kill. A few things in favor of FaZe there, even though they did wind up not being able to get that flag out. One big thing to point out, CLG's actually happy Clayster showed there, because that gave him the knowledge, hey, wait, our base is clear. That's 4 dead. We know what we can do. That gives an opportunity for BL Fire to make a play like this, where he pushes all the way down Snow, gets this flag pulled, but there is nobody on his team.
He has no one there for the cutoffs.
And this actually could wind up helping out FaZe a lot if they can get this flag pulled in the CLG base. BL Fire has a player with, I believe that's the Annihilator on Clayster. Going to get taken down.
I respect the gusto for going in there, getting that flag, and trying to make a play, right? If he would have gotten that kill, that probably could have been a dangerous situation for FaZe. But again, it's just, you know, some smart movement there, right? Just being able to get into cover and relying on your teammates. And that right there is one of the reasons why, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to Call of Duty, you need to have someone with you. You have to have those cutoffs blocked, right? Very rarely will you be able to make that play by yourself.
I think what was even just as strong in that call is Clayster does wind up electing to use that Annihilator. Not going to get too much more done with it, as he does drop one player from CLG. Who's this with the scythe in the back of that? This should wind up being Balefire. And he's going to push the action right over Clayster, clear out the back red van area. But back to the point I was about to bring up, is CLG recognize that, you know what, hey, we've got the flag out, we have an opportunity to score. And they say, you know what, no. You pull this one sneaky. You got to handle this. We've got to clear our base first. If they abandon their base, FaZe counterpull the other way, and now they're in a very, very lucrative kind of stalemate there.
He was by himself no matter what. Exactly. Like, you weren't going to get another player there to help you out.
Right here as Attach is somehow snuck by.
You mentioned how aggressive he is, right? This is just something that he likes to do. Finds that player before he gets the flagpole. That's going to be a lot of points on him.
What is this
opportunity?
Able sees one, wins that first gun engagement, has going to have the second as well, peeking with the scythe.
That's
the Hellfire, who's going to wind up pulling the flag, and boys and girls, we might have a stalemate on our hands.
I know, Methods has to get these kills here.
I'm actually really surprised to see this decision right now from FaZe. They've got Zuma with the scythe. They're going to begin to push this flag up. They've got Clayster ready to go as well. That's the kill. That's going to be the return for FaZe, and the cap going to come in by Attach. Attach making it happen for his team. Now, that is the first half of overtime, CTF. 3 minutes and 14 seconds is the time to beat.
Stopwatch rules go right into effect here, and you know what? if you're FaZe, you keep that game plan going. You stay aggressive. That was a beautiful kill there by Zuma. You have to be aggressive. That's it. I'm going to keep using that word like a million freaking times.
Hey,
it is the key to victory, especially on a map like Strongholds, especially in a situation where you have to hold them off for 3 minutes and 14 seconds, because there were situations where CLG almost came up clutch with a couple of big plays there. So for a FaZe, they have to keep to their game plan.
And you can see the focus towards Mansion's side. Attach earns himself another HG, gets the second. He's 32 and 14. Apparently, Dylan Price is a little bit fired up for this
we did miss
CTF
that
game. Yeah, I mean, we've been so focused on the ARs, right, that somehow his 32 and 14 performance did sneak by. It's something you don't see too often.
And dude's been a playmaker, man.
Exactly.
You know, he's moved in there. He established his presence more than once. You know, I think honestly that is just speaks to the talent that this young man has. Of course, Attach, a player to continuously watch here. 2 minutes and 32 seconds left on the clock. Remember, folks, if FaZe win this one, they still have to win one more because it is a best of 7. So we are not done yet, not by a long shot here. But I don't know what CLG could do to be able to capitalize. This is going to be tough.
Well, Attach decides this is the right moment to call on the HC. Unfortunately, though, this player on CLG, Perplex, should be able to clean him up with ease. There it is. Both bases cleared out. CLG, though, they're the ones that have to push the agenda even more. And the one big thing to point out, Golden Boy, is look at this, 50 points away from the Hellstorm. He's got a Lightning already. Zuma could wind up being the line of defense that FaZe need right now to hold off their base. Only 2 minutes remaining. You can see CLG, no, we need to send 4 up. We can no longer worry about our base. We need to make the play happen. You've got Clayster still sitting in this bottom white car area near the A-bomb site area on the map. Unable watching over fire. He's got one player challenging. Going to not get the kill as Felony just outstrays from there. Oh my God, and he turns on Attach. That's going to be 2 dead, but as I say that, it's FaZe answering back with 2 kills of their own, and Methods whiffs the Annihilator.
See that right there? That's where that Annihilator needs to come up clutch,
and
right?
Look, as everything was going on, right, you mentioned all the action. Zuma positions himself in the back of the map. He was 13 and 18. He's got himself the Cerberus. He's got himself the Hellstorm. He's got himself the Lightning, and Golden Boy, I'm declaring it now. I think this game is over as he's going to control his Cerberus, and you got to love this decision from him. He's literally going to sit on his flag and just be the biggest nuisance in the world. Yeah,
but you know the other thing too about the Cerberus, right? It gives you that brief tag. So you know, like, hey, there's a person in here. Like, no matter what, your eyes won't deceive you because you're going to see those giant red lines just circle
Look
over
at the protection.
Player.
Look at the protection. 2 trophies. Hey, good luck throwing EMPs over here, CLG. And he will literally sit here for the next 50 seconds, and there is no shot that they can hold.
I don't blame him.
What a setup from FaZe. This is just deadly.
That's, hey, you know what, man? Aches wanted some trophies, but he never got them. But Zuma got his trophies. He got his trophies, and this is this right here. This player here knows that there's just no. I mean, BL Fire, it's a beautiful thing what you're doing, and it's valiant. But like, you have the mechanized R2D2 just chilling in the back of the base. I just don't see this happening. But and FaZe with the flag as well, right? They were able to make that and march it right on forward. This is it. GG. FaZe.
Wow.
Secure that one.
Talk about a scary setup there at the end of that one. FaZe knew it was coming. Zuma called it out. Once one of his teammates died, they swapped over to that trophy class. And
that was a wonderful
look at the smile on Clayster. That's something they tried to do in the World League this past week on eBay. And what wound up happening was, I don't know if you got the opportunity to see it, but Clayster recognized the Cerberus got called in. It was on CTF. Clayster jumped off the map to switch to his trophy classes. In that moment he jumped off, there was a perfectly timed push by their opponents who cleared out his teammates. They grabbed the flag and they rushed it right back to, I believe it was force overtime or win the map. Clay, though, smiling that time. It obviously worked out this time around and helps FaZe secure the win. They're now on a 3-game win streak in this best of 7. Felony 27 and 30. Can't get it done, but man, the MVP of that one. Attached 36 and 18. 3 flag caps, 2 defends. MVP performance right there.
Yeah, man.